There's a ton of weapon options available to you in 76, but as much fun as it is running in and whacking a Scorch Beast with a pool cue, doesn't mean it's very effective or a good use of your hard-earned resources. So here's a list of the best weapons that you can use, and there's something for every category out there. Starting off with pistols, we of course have two builds. You can go Gorilla or you can go Gunslinger. Now for Gorilla, the best choice is going to be the Gamma Gun. An energy option, it has a couple of benefits. Besides the fact that it has very good damage on it, especially for a pistol, it also has a very good range. While it may not seem like it, you can also stealth with the Gamma Gun, so whether you want to go for a loud build or a stealth build, you have the option. If you're interested in bloodied builds, then the Gamma Gun can also help you maintain your radiation levels, because if you fire it at the ground close enough to you, you will take radiation damage, and if PvP is something you're interested in, well, radiation damage is pretty good against players. Not that PvP is really anything anymore. Rest in peace to Nuclear Winter. I still miss you, but back to the weapon. The Gamma Gun is a solid choice. It has a small magazine, so the quad effect is particularly useful on it, but for more damage, bloodied and anti-armor are excellent choices. Now over to Gunslinger. While the Gamma Gun can also be used on Gunslinger builds, it's not the winning choice. That goes to the Crusader pistol, an insanely awesome option. The Crusader pistol gives you quite a few really unique options that the other pistols just don't. Firstly, the damage and range are very good, so there's no issues there. You can also use it on stealth builds, but the coolest thing about the Crusader pistol is its receiver options. You can change the ammo type on it to 5.56, you can change it to pyro, you can change it to cryo, or fusion rounds. The pyro and cryo options, of course, are the coolest and most fun to use. Pyro adds a burning effect, and cryo, of course, adds a freezing effect. Powerful, fun to use, really cool aesthetic, and it gives you plenty of options for different ammo types and situations, so if you are running low on one type of ammo, you can easily mod it to a different one. Crusader pistol is just a really great option. It is non-tradable, so that means you can't buy it from other players. Its plan does drop from daily ops, and Minerva does sell it on occasion, so just keep your eyes open if you're interested in getting it. Over to the rifles, there's a lot of options to choose between here, but like with pistols, you have two build options, Commando or Rifleman. Starting off with Commando, one of the most popular build choices in the game, if not the most popular, I'm going to give the Fixer the winning spot here. Ever since it's found its way into the game, it's been the go-to choice, and it's hard to argue against it really. Comes with a bunch of built-in effects, particularly useful for stealth builds. It's just an excellent choice all around. If VATS is not the way you want to play it, then the Handmade makes a strong case to be used instead, because it's way more stable than the Fixer, and if you don't care about stealth, then the Railway Rifle can make a strong case for itself. There's just so many options, but the Fixer definitely is a top contender. For Rifleman builds, a great go-to option is the Gauss Rifle, an energy option that hits ridiculously hard and has excellent range. The Gauss Rifle won't disappoint you. It is a Gauss weapon, so that means you do have to charge it up to get the most damage out of each shot, but you can spam fire the weaker shots if you want, and on certain targets that works just fine. It shoots an explosive bullet, so for tagging enemies in an area is particularly useful. You can also use it on your stealth builds as well, since it can be silenced. Just looks cool and is a great option overall. There's not many shotguns in 76, and they sadly lack an armor penetration perk card, but that does not mean they are useless. If ever there's been a weapon that has been ridiculously broken and nerfed back and forth, it is the Gauss shotgun, so always check after each update to see if that's the case, but I'm giving the win here to the pump action instead. Can use it from very early on in your playthrough. You can silence it if you want to go for a stealth build. It hits hard, it's just a solid choice, but honestly, not much difference between the combat shotgun option. Either shotguns do overall just need a little bit of love, I'd say. Over to the bows we go. Now there's three bow options in the game so far: the bow, the compound bow, and the crossbow. Which to use? Go for the compound. This is actually, I think, a highly underrated weapon choice. On a stealth build, the compound bow is extremely powerful. You can get a great one-shot build going pretty easily with the right roll. Completely silenced, the only thing it's not doing for you is fast DPS, because, well, it's a bow. Slow firing, but besides that, it's super cool to use. If you haven't tried it out, then definitely do. You can buy mod plans for it over at Sunny in Foundation. And yeah, it's just really cool to use. There's a lot of heavy guns in the game, which makes this choice extremely difficult. Now, I have my number one go-to choice that hasn't really changed over the course of thousands of game hours. Yes, I'm shocked as well. 76 has taken that much of my life, but that weapon is not the choice for everyone. The winning option here, I'm actually going to give to the Flamer, and there's a couple of reasons for that. Firstly, it's extremely good damage, which is what most players want. Plus, using a Flamer no matter the game is always a really cool and fun option, because who doesn't want to burn shit? Its DPS is very good because it's fast firing. You can go for legendary effects on it, like Quad or Vampires, because you don't really need to boost its damage with Bloodied or Anti-Armor if you don't want to, because its starting damage is very good. It synergizes with Friendly Fire perks, so you can keep your teammates alive in boss situations, and in other situations like in expeditions, you can keep the NPCs alive as well with the friendly fire perk card, so it has quite a bit of utility. The holy fire option has a really cool blue flame, and the cremator is now the new kid on the block, giving another option to the flamer family. On a side note, we all know Shredder is the winner. Shredder is love, Shredder is life. And over to explosives. There's a couple options for explosive weapons in 76, and they've always been a little bit underwhelming for the most part, but one does stand out, and that would be the AGL. Auto Grenade Launcher, another weapon that was broken for a long time, with the 2-shot effect surviving the nerf that it took on every weapon. Even without that, it's still very good for DPS, for large groups of enemies. Just be careful in close quarter situations, because you have a good chance of blowing yourself up, along with whatever else is in your way. The Nuka Launcher is a fan favorite, but not obtainable at the moment if you didn't get it when it was around, unfortunately. But let me know what weapons you use and never let go of in the comments below, and if you'll be trying any of these out, do tell me that as well. But for now, thanks so much for watching.